And welcome to the Football for Kids podcast with me, Darren Rees. In this episode, we're going to be speaking about the quite incredible Sadio Mane. Before we do that though, of course, we need to do some shout-outs and some messages. So let's get on with them, shall we? The first one says, "Hi Darren, my name is Sam and I love your podcasts. They are amazing." Well, thank you very much, Sam. Please can you do a shout out to my team, Chalford Under 10s, and can you do an episode on Dan Juma and Pedro Porro? I support Tottenham. Thank you, from Sam. Well, big shout out to you, Sam, the Tottenham fan. Thank you for your requests on your episodes, and a big shout out to your team, all of your teammates, and of course, your brilliant coaches. Thank you for being a listener, Sam. The next one says, "Hi Darren, I'm Jack, I'm 6 years old and I love your Football for Kids podcast. My favourite episode was the one about the World Cup and Pickles the dog. I support Leicester City and I would really like it if you could make an episode about Jamie Vardy's amazing goals. I play for Dunton and Broughton under 6s with my friends Oscar, Austin and Jack M. Thanks for a brilliant podcast, from Jack Stringer." Well, thank you very much, Jack, and a massive shout out to you and your football teammates and everybody that you play football with. I hope that you're really enjoying yourself and most importantly, you're having lots of fun. The next one is a big shout out to Dandon, who's age 7 and is a massive Arsenal fan and plays for Combatant Crusaders under 7s. A big shout out to their coach Alex, who's a bit of a local legend and does an amazing job. Dandon would really love an episode on Granit Xhaka. Well, thank you very much for being a listener. I've stuck that one on the long list of ones that I need to write and do. I hope that you're enjoying your football as well, and I hope that you really enjoyed this episode. And the last one on this episode says, "To Darren, I am Oscar and I play for the under-8 Lions at Hook United. I support Wolves and my favourite player is Ruben Neves. So can you do an episode on him, please?" Well, Oscar, I shall stick him on the list. He's not actually on there. So that is a super suggestion. Thank you very much. He then goes on to say, "I've listened to all of your podcasts and my favourite one is the one on Aaron Ramsdale. My dad and brother support Arsenal. They keep trying to persuade me to change from Wolves to Arsenal. Thank you for your podcast." Well, thank you very much for being a listener, Oscar, and you stick to your guns if you want to. Nothing wrong with supporting a team like Wolves. But as I keep saying to my 2 kids, you can have a couple of teams as long as you got a favourite one. That's all we've got time for with the shout-outs and messages this week, so thank you very much to everybody who's been in touch. If you'd like to get a request or a message or a shout-out to your football team in, you could do so by getting an adult to send an email to footballforkidspodcast@gmail.com. Right then, let's get on with this one, shall we? About the brilliant Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane is a footballer from Senegal and one of the most incredible players on the planet. He's a chance-creating and goal-scoring legend. Mane was born in Senegal in a place called Bambali. Bambali is a village that doesn't have a lot there, but it's a place that Mane is super proud of. Mane was a kid with a beautiful soul, a kind-hearted, thoughtful young man. In his village, when he was younger, he would bring food and items of need to the elderly people, and he would do everything that he could to chip in and help out those that needed it. That's what the village was like. Everyone mucked in and they helped each other out. Sadio played football on the dusty outdoor streets with his friends every moment he had an opportunity to do so. He and his friends would play barefoot football and make a goal out of 2 tree branches and add a bit of string across the top to make a crossbar. They did what they could with what they had. Sadio was obsessed with football from an early age. He said that he didn't focus on school as much as he should have, but he had one goal, and that was to be a footballer. Sadio's mum said to him that he must focus on his education. She wanted him to be a lawyer or a judge. Sadio Mane had one dream though, a dream that he was going to chase. When he was younger, his friends would call him Dino, after Ronaldinho, because of his slick skills and amazing dribbling. When Sadio was 15 years old, he went off to the capital of Senegal to try and make his dreams come true, and he joined a football academy. The academy wanted to sign him up as quickly as they possibly could because they could see how talented he was and determined he was. Sadio's mum agreed that he could sign up after he finished and passed his exams, because education is very important. Sadio Mane spent a couple of years in the football academy, helping the team win game after game, and he scored goal after goal. Mane was so much better than the other kids, one of the coaches said. He stood out. He was simply just so much better. A team called FC Metz, who are often found in the second or third French football league, would often send a football scout or two to the games in Senegal on the hunt for the next big thing. And Mane was spotted by a football scout, and he was invited for a trial at the football club in France. He smashed his trial and signed a 4-year contract. After nearly 40 games with FC Metz, Mane was spotted by the Austrian side Red Bull Salzburg, and they were very keen to sign him up. Mane ended up signing for Salzburg and played in 3 Austrian Bundesliga seasons, scoring 45 magnificent goals and won the league with the club. Mane was only young and had already played for teams across 3 different countries, in 2 different continents. It was now 2014 and he was keen to move to another club. He was keen to move to an English club, so Mane was off to Southampton in the Premier League. Mane took to Southampton like a duck to water. My goodness, he was comfortable there. He was on fire. In fact, he still holds the record for the quickest hat-trick of all time in the Premier League, when he scored 3 goals for Southampton against Aston Villa in 2 minutes and 56 seconds. After 2 seasons with the club, Liverpool had their eyes on him and they ended up signing him for over £35 million. And this is when the world realised that he was one of the best on the globe. Mane played 269 games for Liverpool, was a runner-up in the Champions League, won the Champions League, won the Premier League, won the FA Cup, and lots of others. He scored 120 goals for the club and left there a Liverpool legend. These days, you will find Sadio Mane at Bayern Munich, where he is causing chaos for German clubs and their defenders. And after 1 season, he's already won the German Super Cup with them. Apart from winning trophies, scoring amazing goals and becoming a legend across several clubs and countries, Sadio Mane is most proud of playing for his country, and he's been a part of a national side for Senegal since 2012. Over the past 11 years, he has played nearly 100 games for his country, scored 35 brilliant goals, been a runner-up in the African Cup of Nations, and was the winner of that tournament in 2021. Sadio Mane is without doubt one of the best African players of all time. He is one of the greatest players in the European leagues, and at 30 years old, we may even see him at another top club or two. Sadio is proof that if you've got a dream, then you've got to chase it, because if you chase it, there's a good chance you might catch it. I hope that you've enjoyed listening and learning about the career of Sadio Mane, and I hope that his career has inspired you with whatever you want to do in life. And remember, if you know somebody who loves football just as much as you do, then please tell them about Football for Kids. And whether you're playing football soon, watching it on the telly or pitchside, I hope that you enjoy the game. See you next time.